Okay, and I got to hit the button. Hit the button and let me. There we go. Hit the button. We are here, and welcome to the Wine Spotlight. It's me and Tamitha. As isn't that what who know what does Michael Maddox call you all the time?
Um, what's he call me?
Not
I
Tamitha.
I don't think we can repeat it on air.
Oh, well, is that too? But anyway, so hi, Michael Madison. Show we never get shout to Michael. We love you, Michael Madison.
Michael Madden.
I know I don't get shout to him over audition days. Man, hi, it's me and Miss Tami here for Young and the Restless. I'm gonna tell you what happened in Genoa City last month. Last month,
Where
last
people are pretending to be cold.
technical. It is so hot. It is so hot in LA.
It's so tough.
It is. I mean, it was 100 degrees, Tammy, in Inglewood, and it never gets 100 degrees.
That's sick.
Isn't that crazy? It is.
It's crazy.
So we're trying to survive for you. We're trying to survive. Now I'm actually remember myself because I'm on my laptop. I am literally in a hotel in Los Angeles because it's that hot. I'm not on a trip anywhere. I'm just literally in Los Angeles. I have to go on my phone to see the chat. This part I don't
People
like.
are coming in. Laura, George. Hey guys, thank you for being here. We got a little bit of a late start because when James and I connected, we started.
Well, I want to tell you guys. So, I guess it's me. Tammy and I have been co-hosts nearly 7 years. So I just want you guys to know that's why I was kind of talking to her about some stuff, and I love Tammy. I'm gonna say it loud on my screen. And so she's ethereal. She's all the things you want
The
in a co.
Mutual Adoration Society.
Yes, I love you. So
We're loving each other.
we love each other. So, and Miss Amanda, we hope she's okay. We don't know she's like our wild child right now. We don't know where she is, what she's doing.
A lot going on.
A lot going on, but I'm sure she's fine. I mean, she might join us. You never know, right? While we're talking. And we give a shout out to her. Now, after this, of course, well, gonna be me and Tammy and maybe Amanda talking about Lee took down Luna. We're gonna talk
OMG.
like literally took
Everything.
down Luna.
Everything. And
Yeah,
I'm
everything.
sorry, a little bit off topic, but not really. Have y'all seen photos of KKL in Venice Film Festival?
Well, she was hot, hot, hot,
OMG. She
hot.
had this royal blue dress on. KKL, don't know who are you wearing, but I mean everything she wears is
Yeah.
just so shout out to her and her crew in
Yes.
Italy. I'm sure they're back at this point, but
But yeah, they are. And I was also want to give a shout out to my girl, I want to give a shout out to my boy and girl, Ron Moss and Devin Vasquez. I,
yes,
I was talking to her yesterday. They're over there also. They won an award, and she had a beautiful coral dress on. It was really
oh,
beautiful. And
gorgeous.
Ron, of course, I always call the coolest dude in the room, which he always is.
She is.
And it's Tammy and Ernie's crush. I know. And one day I'm gonna
It's more so.
get.
Ernie is my metrosexual man. He is like Ron Moss for the win.
But when you're I mean, he literally I've been around him several times. He is all that in a bag of chips. I would say that he is. Woo!
To be my Dorito bag of chips.
Dorito, yes. So Ernie is not wrong. So talk about both beautiful necks of that, and
Yeah,
then
right.
sorry, what? I said, and then kids. Woo! Me and Frank Moran will be talking about General Hospital. There is so much. We were laughing. I talked to Frank the other day. There's so much to talk about.
It's a freight train.
It is. And yes, we'll talk about the Kelly Monaco situation and Frank's email situation. He reached 300,000 emails, Tammy, last time. So did he make a decision? That was the whole thing. So it's a cliffhanger on that note, too.
Ooh, we like that.
Yeah, Frank's email. So we'll see what he done did. But he was at 300,000 emails the last show we were on. It's crazy talk. But we are here. And then, of course, my chocolate twin, Tony Moore and gang will be doing Dishin Days on their channel, Dishin Days. So make sure you go check that over there at 3 o'clock. And yes, I know that every episode he mentions my age and when I'm older than. So I am actually putting together something for that show related to that. So stay tuned. If you're a Edition Days fan, you will not want to miss it. So we're working on something there. Because we can. Okay. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm trying to get to the chat.
So while he's trying to get to the chat, I just want to share in case something goes amok during the show, since it is live. I found this little screw thing on the floor,
Oh,
and I have no idea what it belongs to.
okay.
So if my table collapses, my lights crash into me,
Oh my
I don't
God.
know. Like, don't you hate when that happens? Like, what does
That's
it
hilarious.
belong to?
It's like a washer.
Yeah.
So I wonder what it's, yeah, I wonder what it's for. I wonder what all of a sudden she's that's it. That's it. I'm like, okay, that's hilarious. We got cliffhanger, folks. We might have something live on TV. Oh, oh no. That is hilarious, Tammy. Oh my God. Well, hopefully nothing happens. Like if it's for ratings, yes. I see people. Okay.
Always. We will
Hi,
do.
folks. Hi, folks.
Are you
Okay.
in the chat?
Okay, so I was gonna put this in here. I can't type it on my computer for some reason. That's so weird. But anyway, so that's your shows for today. We won't be on next weekend because I'll be in Canada with the Hardys at one called
Oh, Canada.
Oh Canada. But we'll be back after that. And we'll be back for a while. After that, we have like 3 or 4 weekends, we'll be back. But just next weekend, I will be in Canada. So if you're a One Cause the Heart fan, you're going to get some content from James Lott Jr. I'm very excited. Those are my other peoples. Okay. Got the chat up. Everything going on. You guys are already talking.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm joking. I'm sure Amanda's fine. I'm just joking about her. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure she's fine. But it must be something coming up. She's a young woman out there in the world. Hold on. So we're doing fun. Let's see. Okay, so let's get started. So, okay, I want to start. Actually, I want to start with the Lucy. Okay,
Perfect. Because I'm looking at Latasha's comment.
yeah.
Sharon is right about Lucy.
So here's the thing I noticed, Tammy. There are a couple episodes that were very parent-child dynamic
Uh-huh.
because we had the whole Nikki Victor Nick thing in relation to Sharon. We have the Kyle Diane that situation, and then this situation. So it's very much about because some of the shows. Sometimes you notice sometimes folks on these shows they'll do themes. They won't say what it is, but obviously you're noticing it's all father child stuff or
Or it's
mother.
all corporate stuff.
Yes, or all
Right?
corporate stuff.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't say it out loud, but you can see it. And so we have so it's Lucy, Faith, Nick, Sharon, Heather, Daniel. I guess everybody. So tell me, what are your initial? There's a whole exchange, and Sharon's going through her own separate thing, but she seemed like she cleaned up to get to tell Heather a thing or two.
So okay, first of all, I love the family dynamic storylines. It's kind of what Y&R does best. I wish other shows really had more of those kind of juicy family storylines, but really Y&R does it best. And when it comes to the situation with Lucy and Faith, to Heather's point, it happens. But you can cast blame here, you can do this. At the end of the day, everyone is fine, and they are, Heather and Daniel are doing the best they can to make sure that Lucy understands the magnitude of what happened. All of this gets blown apart. It's irrelevant because Sharon's manic right now. Even if she was on meds and everything was good, it would bring up, obviously, a lot of issues and pain. But she would somehow be able to navigate it and just be a little bit more objective about things, but she's not, because she's in hallucination world and being egged on by, what's his character's name?
Cameron, Lyndon Ashby.
I just love him so much.
Like, yeah, girl, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's like go. I
Yes.
feel the same way. Like he's like egging her on. I love it.
Yes. And then, I almost don't want Sharon to get well so he can hang out for a little while.
Right.
So I love how complicated this is. I'm just getting a little impatient with how long this is taking. Like, what is the end game for Sharon?
Yeah, I'm like,
Right? What is he going to egg her on to do to resolve her pain? Because it's all Cassie based. It's all about her death, and I don't know if I brought this up in the past. My only issue, like with something that he told her probably about a month ago, was, her being on medication was really numbing her pain. Now she can really address what's going on. And I thought, well, I don't want to advocate not being on medication when people should be on medication, because that's not what it's doing. It's not numbing people. It's right. So that message was really disturbing. I don't know what
and it's
you're.
supposed to be disturbing. I mean,
Yeah.
Cameron's a bad guy, but it's funny because it's her manifestation of Cameron. It's so he's saying stuff that she's feeling.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
and I kudos to the makeup department. They keep him disheveled every time he shows up.
It did clean him up a wee bit because he was a mess when he first showed up. Now he's a little bit more cleaned up, which I appreciate because he had that crust and stuff. And
Yeah, he's so handsome. Yes, so folks in chat. So actually, it's Sharon Case's 30th anniversary, so we should give a shout out to her. She was the second Sharon Case, second Sharon on the show. I'm going to hopefully be interviewing her one on one. So we're working that out. Me and the folks at CBS are working that out. And just also coming up, FYI, is Michelle Stafford's 30 years as Phyllis off and on.
gosh almighty.
I know. So keep that, she's my friend. So keep those two in mind. But back to Sharon, we wanted to have a storyline. They're giving a storyline. I'm so happy. That's just number one. And I think it's fascinating because it's tying in the past, which we haven't seen in a long time. We haven't talked about Cassie. We have Cameron Grimes, who's on the show as a different character, but they kind of they keep showing her off when she's a kid. I guess that's kind of that's fascinating.
Totally wild, yeah.
Quite wild. And we got this character of Lucy, and now we have Heather, who's in the mix and was very much like Mama Bear when Sharon basically called her a bad parent. Heather was like, and she stood for Daniel. Heather was like, "Excuse me, he feels pain too." And
Yeah, and the past is the past. This happened a long time ago. Like,
right,
come on.
but she said, but when Sharon goes, "Oh yeah, that's right, his pain is equal to mine," and Heather was like, "No, I did not say that."
I know, but I would have responded the same way.
I probably
Sharon,
would too.
like, really, you're equating what he went through with what I went through as a mother?
I know.
Yeah, totally fair. That's what was so hard.
Right. Hi, Kayla. We love you too, Kayla. We're glad. Laura B agrees with Tami 100%. Yeah, no, I mean, it's right. I mean, here's the thing. Sharon's not completely wrong, and neither is Heather and Daniel. They're not really completely wrong either. I'm a parent, so I can tell you we make mistakes, things happen. We're also talking about a young lady who's not a 5-year-old. She's 13. She can get into things that when you're a younger child, you can't. It's like nobody's wrong, so to speak, right? Like on surface level, it's like nobody's wrong. And that's why I find it fascinating. That's why I find the story fascinating because it's bringing up the past, which also isn't wrong either. It's just it happens. Obviously, it's Tami. How can you not?
The
Daniel,
past colors today's moments.
yes, that's what it is. Yes, and when Sharon said, and you know how because he's like, well, she's 60. We're all been 60 years, all blah. And she goes, but yes, but you and I know how I could have been doing right, Dan. Like, she really went into Daniel about that. I was like, oh, that nail and Dan just twist the nail in there. I'm like,
Oh, you could see his expression of just,
oh. That's why Heather jumped in, was like, excuse me. And I don't think we get to a fight. She was like, we get to a fight. But Sharon was like, I'm not backing down. So we saw Sharon that we haven't seen in a while either. Sharon's not a wallflower. And if you watch all the old episodes out there of Sharon's and to Nikki and all the years of, no, she's not a white, her and Phyllis, she's not a wallflower. So it's kind of good to see her, even though it's kind of, so we know she's in a manic state. But she's like, no, I'm not backing down. I feel how I feel. But then when Daniel said, we did what we thought was appropriate. If you don't like the way we're doing it, that's just tough. That's a parent thing too. I kind of get it. We found our way to do it. Because he was like, well, what else do you, well, she said, well, what else do you want us to do? And she was like, that's not up for me. I mean, she's so over the top on it, so to speak. She really can't say anything. She's just like, it's like, that's up to you guys as parents. I thought this is just such a parent conversation. It's like a real parent conversation. It's like someone said in the chat, it's very complex. It's not just because maybe Lucy is a little bit of a stalker. She's totally obsessed. But Faith was like, remember, I drank too. And I was like, I can't judge her completely. So Faith's perspective too is interesting. I can't judge her that much either. Because I kind of did something. And then when she was like, can I talk to you? Faith was gonna go with her and talk to her outside. And Sharon was like, no, bitch. You coming now.
And I was like, how's Nick gonna handle this? Is he gonna say something? Nick's just kind of going with whatever Sharon is doing right now.
Well, then how do you feel about Victor and Nikki's concern for Nick?
Yeah.
How he stood up. He said, no, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. But it's those dynamics have been going on for
I know, decades.
What did he just celebrate?
He's just celebrated like 30 years also.
30 years? This is 30 years of the same, family dynamics. At the end of the day, Victor and Nikki are going to step in. They're going to step in and try to control the situation.
Oh, 1 second. Laura asked, this is appropriate. She asked, do we think the punishment was appropriate? I thought it was, actually.
Lucy's punishments? Which brings me to how much I enjoyed Summer's input.
Yes.
Really enjoyed that. At first I was all Summer, like,
yeah.
What do you have to offer? Come on, you're not their parent, you're not the parent. But she really, I thought, oh, is she gonna suggest that maybe Lucy, do volunteer work for, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, or, which would have been a cool thing too. So she could physically see other people who have gone through what she's gone through and what have you. But yeah, I really enjoyed Summer's sit her butt down, because it's clear Lucy does not understand the magnitude of the situation.
But she wouldn't. She's 13.
Exactly.
That's what I like about
it. Give her something that will help her to understand and not beat her over the head.
Yes.
And that letter writing, which I loved Lucy's reaction. What?
I don't write. I love it.
I've already apologized. I loved slamming the door. It was awesome.
And making her wait to get her driver's license or her driving stuff a year later. I mean, Heather's a lawyer, so she picked things that would have happened.
And I loved the verbiage she used. I'm a lawyer. So what we are setting down for you, the rules that we're setting down, is what you would have gotten had you gone to have this gone into the hands of the legal system. And if you don't like it, too bad, because it's the law. And it's the fair thing to do. If you think you're going to get it easier because they didn't get to that extent, you're wrong.
And that's a kid's response.
And the thing is,
it happened, so I'm good, right?
The thing is, had it gone that far, had it gone into the hands of the law, there would have been fear instilled in Lucy. She would have, in a blink of an eye, understood the magnitude of what she had done. Because it didn't get that far, and now she's home, it kicks in, to your point, James, of I'm home, I'm good. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. Let's move on. So it's tougher. It's tougher on Daniel and Heather. And they had that conversation. We're not backing down, right? Nope, we're not backing down.
That was good. But I'll speak to the Nick. The Nick response to his parents was similar to Carly's response to Joss on GH. She loves who she loves. He loves who he loves. He said, I will always be there for Sharon, Christian, Noah, Faith. Like he's not going to change. When Carly said, just on a side note, she said, Sonny, we love each other. There's something we've been, Sonny and Jason and I, that's who we are. I'm saying this, I'm not going to drop them. Sorry, I'm not going to drop them. I know you don't like it, but this is who we are.
Yeah.
And the thing is, And she's on the latest daily drama, Laura Wright with Bradford and Steve. And they talk about that. She goes, they'll never get back together. That's dead. The whole Carson thing is dead. But that's the whole point. They help each other out. And when he said you would do it for me, she was like, "You're right, he would." And the same thing with Nick. Nick will always be there for Sharon and Phyllis. It does not matter what happens. He's
And I'm
the
loving these moments with Phyllis and Nick. I really am.
so I think, but I think Nikki and Victor's. I love Victor. Be cool. I love that. I think
I know.
uh,
This ending, like, be cool. I
be
was like,
cool.
oh my God,
I love it. I
that
do.
was awesome.
I love it. I mean, this. I mean, he just. I mean, I see their concern also. They would say something. Of course, they're gonna say something. I mean, it's like we're gonna be dragged into all that again. But Nick's resolved. Nick's the good guy. Of course, he's gonna be there. He's not gonna not drop her. He can't even. He wanted to. He couldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. It's not him. So I think yeah. So I think this whole thing, as we wrap this storyline up, I'm curious to see where it goes because I have a feeling we're not done.
Oh no.
Not done. But the wild cards, Tammy. If I don't know if you agree or not, the two wild cards are actually Lucy and Sharon. Because Lucy can do it. Who knows? If she can't see Faith, what's she gonna do?
Well,
And she,
that's interesting too, because Heather said very clearly, all of this, all these punishments are simply biding us time together to get to the root of why this happened in the first place with your drinking. Why is this happening? And they haven't gotten to that. So maybe that'll be part of the storyline.
I'm saying that's a wild card. I'm saying that's a wild.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
wild card. And on the
Um,
other end, we have Sharon. What if
yeah.
Karen tells her to do something? What if Karen tells her to do something?
Well, Sharon's going to do something.
Somebody said in chat too. I think Sharon's going to do something too. I think it's
I don't know if she's going to do something to Lucy. I don't think she'd hurt a child, but maybe to Daniel, because it's Sharon's issue isn't with Lucy. Sharon's
not really.
issue
No.
is with Daniel, right?
Yes.
If she's going to do something, it's going to be confronting him and dredging that whole thing up. And yeah,
Kayla says Sharon is bipolar, but any parent who lost a child would have their fear about their other kids. Obviously,
totally.
Faith went through drinking, car accident, kidney transplant, kidnapping, and now car accident. It would break also. I agree.
And
Uh,
that
Janet,
gal who plays Faith is just freaking brilliant.
she's good. I know she's really good.
So amazing.
The
Just
other Faith was good too.
yeah, oh, absolutely.
They got
But
some,
I'm loving just watching her go through all the emotions of the guilt and that conversation with I'm just called Michelle with Phyllis
yeah,
and Faith in the hospital where
yeah,
Phyllis is saying it's not your fault. No, this is not your fault. So many people have had to tell her that over and over and over again, and I love seeing navigating that because it's hard to let go of that guilt and
yes. Hi,
oh
hi, Janet. Yeah, it's a good story. So we're gonna move on to that. We can talk. We can just. I mean, we could dissect these
I
if you
know I know
the clock. I've got other shows to do. I forgot. Um, we started a little late. Okay, so the next one, the next family dynamic, and stuff going on that has me growling at the TV.
right. We're
Uh,
on the same page here. What is it?
Kyle, Summer,
Oh,
Diane, Jack, Claire. We'll say that. Now I have to say, just an opening thing. Peter Bergman is so good. God, he's so good.
Peter.
Yeah. Peter Bergman actually in the male department of actors is one of the few actors who can make me cry, make me feel deeply. There are very few male actors that make me I'm just like when they're in it, they're in it. And it's the scene where Kyle's talking to Claire and says, all I want, yes, and Kyle is I agree with you, he's annoying, he's a brat, I get all that. But it's Jack's response when he's back there listening. He says, all I want him to do is to say, I'm sorry. And then Jack comes out.
Is it too much to ask? And he comes out and
And,
says,
and he says, if I knew those two words would just be it, I want to tell you I am sorry. And you could feel Jack. And he goes, I miss you. I miss us too. That's the whole thing. Jack and Kyle have always had each other. And that's the whole thing. It's like you can see it on Jack's face. He doesn't want to fight with his son. That's the last thing he wants to do. He loves Kyle. Kyle is his heir apparent. That's the whole thing. He doesn't want to fight with him. And the way Peter stands and just they just I feel it every time. I do. And when they almost came together, it was that close.
Well, that's when I got pissed off at Jack.
Oh,
Because
oh,
he didn't understand. And I saw this coming. It's not about Jack saying, I'm sorry. Kyle is lying to himself. Kyle wants Jack to say, I'm sorry. This is all my fault. Jack's mistake was, kumbaya, I love you, I love you. I will take responsibility for what has happened as you taking responsibility for what you've done. Yay, let's move on. And Kyle was like, Arr!
I know. He did. I know.
That's what Kyle wants. He wants Jack to say this is all his fault. And for Jack not to understand that Kyle is a man child and does not comprehend his behavior is a misstep. It's a misstep. And I don't know what it's going to take for Kyle to grow up.
Yeah, I don't know either. This is really interesting. This is we got him and Billy. I always put them together. We got him and Billy. I mean, can we go back to Jack? So everybody chat. Yeah, everybody agrees. No, he was sincere. So I see what Tammy's saying. I'm saying, but Jack was sincere in his apology. Again, us parents make mistakes. We always say the right thing. And I get that, but I'm saying Peter Bergman's face, the way he said it, how he said it was like he really wants to be with his Kyle again. He really does. He doesn't want to fight anymore. But I get what you're saying. I took what you're saying. So we're all like, everybody in chat, I get what Tammy's saying. I get it. But I'm saying, yes, no, I don't think she's saying his thing wasn't sincere, just that he still didn't say the right thing for Kyle. Kyle said that, but then I can see what you're saying. And Kyle's like Billy, I know. Ethel says she feels the same way as Tami. Okay, yeah. No, Tami, when she says that, I get that now. I get what you're saying.
Jack was not coming from an insincere place.
No, not at all.
He was apologizing and taking accountability for what's happened between he and his son.
Yeah.
Kyle, like, oh, you're just saying that? You're just saying it, but oh my, growling. That growling.
Yes. Now, Kayla, you and I are both parents. It is hard sometimes. I fully admit it. It is hard. She's like, Jack gives in too fast. Sometimes you do. That explains to me the other day. My daughter's getting on my nerves all the time.
You're just like, okay, fine.
Right. You just sometimes I just give in. I do sometimes. It's not just he seems easier just sometimes to kind of, but also you want them close to you. So I don't fault him for that. I'm sorry, Kayla. I'm going to disagree. I'm not going to fault him on that. He is spoiled. I spoiled my kids, so they're all spoiled. Everybody's spoiled. But the point is sometimes you have to go above, like Tami said, look above all of it. And to make things right, sometimes you do certain things. So you make that apology. Maybe they don't deserve an apology, but you say it anyway. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say I'm sorry. Just to kind of, but Kyle is acting selfish. Yes. Him and Billy both acting selfish. They both feel like they're both so high on themselves. They're not seeing anything else. It's just me.
Ego. Oh my God.
Ego.
Hubris? Who is that?
Yeah, hubris is another word too, yes.
Like, holy cannoli. This is just astounding behavior.
Holy cannoli.
Shocking. Shocking.
But here's the part that makes me laugh, you guys. We didn't talk about one person yet, and she's all about herself too. Sorry, Diane. He didn't mention me. Well, who mentioned me? Blah blah blah. No, bitch, because you were gone 30 years.
Well, yeah. And I really appreciated that moment where she's all teary with Jack saying, maybe I did more harm to Kyle coming back than I did staying dead.
She said that. I was like, wow.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, hello. I'm like, Diane, he's been with Jack the whole time. So clearly that's number one. So when he thinks about his past, he doesn't think about his dad. That's what he has. But I'm like, you're not that important, but sorry. You're sorry you weren't. You weren't. You came and you were gone and you came back and oh well.
Here's the beauty of being human.
Right.
Mom comes back from the dead, and all you want is a relationship with her,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
You want a relationship with your mom. So everything is going along. There's some hiccups, but at the end of the day, Kyle's got her back and blah 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 blah. Until Kyle doesn't get his way, which is the position. And now all those unresolved feelings that Kyle's had about his mother abandoning him are
Yep.
coming to the
I
surface.
love it. I
Coming to the surface.
I let's swim upstream. Swim
And
upstream.
Diane is just, what's
See, folks, it may not be that Diane is something rude now, but her past, she still hasn't fully paid for her past.
no?
They totally they totally just everybody we accept her in and kind of like mommy's back and that's it. But he never dealt with all this stuff. He never dealt with that. So maybe that's the thing's gonna do her in. It's her own son.
Mm-hmm.
Now doesn't fully accept her. Points to Diane to make it all about herself.
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally.
Exactly.
So James, what are your thoughts about Claire?
This is a very interesting storyline because I'm afraid they're writing her into some weird territory. I'm not sure if I like the character or not. Um, I love my girl Haley Aaron. I love her. She's a
Yeah.
good job. But Claire is like okay. So Claire, I liken Claire to Nina from GH. When she first came on, she was stunted. She was less mature because she had been through a whole thing. So Claire's the same way. Claire was stunted because of her Aunt Jordan. So she's becoming a woman. You can tell she wants Jack, sorry, wrong person. Kyle. But she also wants some independence of somewhere. But to me, they're not showing enough they're almost playing her like she's just all into Kyle, and that's it. And everybody's talked to her about it. Everybody's talked to her about it. Everybody's talked to her about it. And I'm like, I'm curious where the storyline is going. Is it going to go to where it's a slow burn, then they finally get together? Is she gonna be a crazy person later? Or is she not? Or is she gonna be? I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with her now. I'm not sure what they're doing with her. So the character, I'm kind of like, I guess they're friends now. I mean, right now they're friendly, and I don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're doing with her. I'm not too sure what the character of Claire.
I'm feeling, and this goes to your point, obviously she's come through the other side and she's emotionally stunted, which translates to me, she's very childlike.
Yes.
Here's make a wish on the eyelash and let's play games. That's why she loves being with Harrison because he's a baby and she understands his world because
Yes.
she is very childlike, and it kind of creeps me out a little bit because Kyle is completely unawares or unaware. I think unawares is a word. I'm not sure if I'm using it correctly. So I'm hoping Y&R just steps very lightly, treads very lightly with the storyline. Because if Kyle makes any move on her romantically, he's taking advantage.
Yeah.
It's just a very gray area right now. Yeah, fine line. Um, yeah, I want her to grow up a little bit because I don't like this whole childlike. She says to him in the park, I can make this better. How? I don't know, but I can. And she's just got this,
Right.
he said to Kyle, I can. It's not romantic though. It's it's just this wanting to please and again, very childlike. Like I don't know if it's good for her to be with Harrison.
Yeah.
Keeps her in that place. She's not an adult. I think she's running away from anything adult, hashtag adulting. She doesn't want anything to do with that.
Janaea says something that's hilarious. Kyle can't sleep with his ex-wife's cousin. Soap
No.
operas would not be built if people didn't sleep with the same people in the same family.
Yeah. They wouldn't be around for 30, 40, 50, 60.
Every goddamn soap opera,
Seriously.
their foundation. I mean,
Uh-huh.
Brooke's up with everybody. Sharon's with everybody. Phyllis is with everybody. They've all been. Oh my god, he can't even. Nick had Phyllis and her sister Avery. Like, come on. Sharon was with like Jack.
Sleep
With
through the brothers, sleep through the
yes,
sisters,
they all do. That's what says hilarious. She said that line. It's hilarious. I'm like, that's the foundation of all these soap operas. Hello. I mean, I would never do it myself in real life, but I'm saying a
never
soap
say
opera.
never, James.
Never say never. I'm accused
When
to.
you got hotness around you, even they're related. I don't know.
I have some cute brothers-in-law. I do. I have a few, but I'm not gonna. And my sister would like take them. I don't care. They've been married a long time. Um, but Ethel, and I'm saying to be funny tonight. I'm just being. I think it's what you said. I read that sentence like that's hilarious. But Ethel is correct. Right, she agrees with you. Bottom line, Claire's never had a normal um childhood. She's a soldier in training. That's what I'm saying.
That
So
is so profound.
like
That's
Nina,
soldier
like
and
Nina was in a coma all those years with her mother on General Hospital. So they grow up, you're stunted. You're completely stunted. Yeah, Brooks up with her kid's husband. Hello, hope.
no.
Yeah, sorry, but she's all sorry, my bad. LOL. I know. I just thought it was hilarious. You said that statement. That statement makes me laugh. I'm like, that's like the foundation of every soap opera on earth. It's just that's like everywhere. Um, but no, but I think I don't know what to do with the storyline for sure either. I'm not curious. I'm not sure about what Claire's place will be.
Right. And I'm not sure, Kyle, now they're back at odds, he and Jack, and what's he gonna do? Where's this going?
I don't know.
Where's Tantrum going?
Somebody in chat's asked me this question 10 times. Rebecca, I am not gone. I am in a hotel because my house is too hot in Los Angeles, but I will be leaving town in a couple of days. I'll be on the road again. Right now, I'm in a hotel room. You can see I'm in a hotel room.
I like the orange, by the way. It's a
So do I.
good camera.
Why am I getting a text all of a sudden? And that so I am here. So I hope that answers your question. I'm sorry. I'm busy talking about the show. That's where I'm at. Okay. Okay, so that's not about that story. That's exactly that story. It's like that's so we're gonna see what happens with that, of
And
course.
with Medora, I agree. But I think it plays into her stunted
I expect you.
emotional level. So
Yeah.
that will metamorphose as she metamorphoses.
And that's what happened with Hope on Bold and Beautiful. When she got a little more edgier, she got an edgier haircut.
Right.
Very
How do people reflect extreme change in their life? They cut their hair, they change their wardrobe, it's an external manifestation. So,
Yes.
which I love. I love seeing those kinds of changes. Yeah.
So that's what that is, guys. Okay, the next one we're gonna talk about. This one's a tricky one because I'm just like,
Oh my God, I don't
hey,
know.
it is Victor,
Oh,
Nikki, Billy,
Lily, man.
Lily.
Lily girl.
Where should we start? Lily and Billy? Lily and Victor?
I am loving Lily and Victor. I am
I never
loving.
thought I would see in a million years. I
No.
mean coupling. I mean, like working together. Like I never
Yes.
thought.
Loving it. But where do you want to start? Because it's so.
I know. So it's like, well, I guess we should start with Billy and Lily.
Well, yeah, that's where, when he meets,
But,
fires her, that's where it all started.
I was like, he fired. I couldn't stop. I was like, oh my God. So now I feel like for me, now it's clear Lily actually loves being a chancellor because she was in control for the most part. I mean, Jill was there, but she was. I think she realizes she put so much hard work into this company that she really feels like this is her company on some level. That she doesn't want to give it up. So Billy, who continues to do the fuck he wants to do. You know, Billy just does whatever he wants, says whatever he wants, tries to charm his way through anything. It all came to a head. And I didn't see it coming, actually. I didn't see that coming, actually. I was like, oh,
Firing of Lily.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good "are you kidding me" moment.
Yeah.
We had the same reaction that Lily did. It's like, okay, let me get this, let me understand.
She
You're
did.
firing me? Yes, your services are no longer needed, I think is
Yes.
what you said.
Yes.
Um, I just don't understand quite what Wynar's been doing with the character of Billy, because he was in a really good space, I think, when he was doing the podcast.
Yes.
So I don't think a lot of people really liked that storyline. He was in a really good emotional space
Yes.
and was able to handle and be and really see his faults and his imperfections and have compassion about it. And that's how he treated people. And then what went wrong? Getting back into the corporate? Is that what flipped everything upside down?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. The writing just changed. I mean, I don't know either.
I don't understand.
No, I don't either. I don't.
Um,
I don't either.
because he's out of control.
He is. Uh,
He
but now Medora thinks that Liddy was just an employee. She deserved nothing but her pension. Wow, Medora. It's
well,
Go ahead, Tammy.
no, go ahead.
There has been a contingency of people who are kind of on Medora's thinking on some level that Jill was always in charge still. Like she was always the final say. And and so on some level, Lily was an employee, basically, right? But she was a high-ranking, high-level employee. I think that still means that she was running that still means something. If you're a CEO, COO, CFO, that does mean something. I think so. I wouldn't go as hard as Medora saying, but I know folks who agree with what she's saying, would agree with Medora, but I disagree with that. I don't think it's just like that. I think it's a little more than that. I think, but yes, on some level, yes, she was an employee, but I think she took pride in the company.
At the end of the day, she was the only one there day in and day out.
Yeah, exactly.
Boots to the ground.
Yes.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Jill was never physically there. And the buck stops with Jill at the end of the day, but she's not running the daily operations. That's what she hired Lily to do.
Mhm.
So you can call her, everyone's just an employee. But if you're gonna say who's taken this company to the level it's at, it hasn't been Jill. It's been Lily.
Right.
Jill is signed off on
Yes.
Lily's decisions.
Yes.
So
And
you can almost say they were
almost,
co-CEOs,
yeah. But
right?
I think Jill's gonna be pissed. She liked Lily. She liked Lily. I think she liked her. I think she liked it. It was woman to woman. I think she liked her.
I'm still waiting for Jill's response to Billy firing her. Like, why are they
I
so
heard,
long?
no side note, folks. I heard that I think Jess Walton's coming in person soon.
Oh shoot.
So, folks, let's keep that in mind. It'll come up. I think it'll come up. It's
I
gonna come
can't
up.
wait for that moment.
Yeah. Wait, check agrees with me. Lily
Hmm.
ran that company. That Lily definitely earned her place in my. I know. I agree. I'm saying she was more than an employee. Plus, Jill is her kid's grandmother. Right. She feels like family also. She's like, that's part of her family also. She said that a while back.
Loving Nikki and Lily.
They're cute. And I love how it's a respectful relationship. And they just talk back and forth. And Nikki's like to Victor, slow down. Like, this is, she's like, I get when they had that talk, it's like, I get she loves the company. She's really into this company. Like so Nikki sees it. And so I'd be interested to see what happens there next. Nikki's feeling like, oh, I want to come and take, like, what's going on there? Because Victor's just one way, one way to the highway. But remember, folks, Victor was close to Neil. He will always have a soft spot for his kids. Always. So I mean, he'll do people wrong still, but there's always something there. Yeah, there's Chance caught in the middle. But you see, for next week, he's yelling at Chance. You walk out that door, that's it, or whatever.
Yeah. Well, good. I was happy to see Chance display the fact that he's got some cojones,
Yes.
standing up for himself.
Yes.
Um, my biggest concern is, and I loved Nikki saying to Victor, okay, you do understand the terms that Lily is setting to bring Billy down is her getting her original position back with the company, which is my position, my role. So how are you going to do this, Victor? And Victor's like, well, there's nothing wrong with letting Lily think she's going to get her old position back. And I'm thinking,
I know.
oh, how is this is how, I don't want this to blow up. I want them to work together. But
But
how are they going to make
it's
this
Victor.
happen?
It's Victor.
Well, and Nikki's letting him do it because she wants to be the head honcho and of Chancellor, and it's like, okay, Victor, do whatever you need to do. I'm looking forward to seeing how they roll this out.
Yes. Victor's going to backstab Lily,
Well,
possibly.
that's what he's doing.
Yeah. So that's not far off, Janaea. That's not far off.
Yeah.
Hi, David. It's not far off. And so yeah, this will be interesting to see how this works out too. Because it just, for me, it was like Lily is really into this company. She is. So for better or worse, richer or poor or whatever, she is in it. Catherine gave Richard Chancellor. Yeah, he did. He went to Devon, and Devon declined.
Right.
Because that's his actual for blood relative too. He declined. He said he sold to jail. Now he wants Neil. Now he wants it back. Neil has working with Victor would never be top dog over Victor's kids. Yeah, it's all kind of dynamics there, and some of it, of course, is writing. Kayla, of course, is
Well, he wants it back because Billy's at the helm now,
yes,
and everything's gonna implode.
he hates Billy Boy.
Yeah. So condescending.
I know, Billy Boy. I'll tell you.
Every time he says that, I laugh out loud. It's like,
the fact that I remember the first conversation I had with Eric Braden about the nicknames and how he came up with some. They came up with the nicknames, the mustache, the dark, all this stuff. It's like that's all, and I love it because that's all what it's supposed to do. He's demeaning. He doesn't see them as equals. That's the whole point. So you say these nicknames, that's to cut them down. So I love it. It's all. He's like, plus it's fun. It's fun to say them. He said, these are just fun to say them.
go away.
Yes, Tony, I remember what you said to Zoom the other day. Yes, I do remember. Yes. So there's that. There's that storyline. Let's keep. I make the time quite fast. Okay, so then after that we have I had on my brain now went away for a second. The next storyline I want to talk about.
Adam.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, we haven't been here since they. We have to talk about it. Adam, Sally, Billy, Chelsea. To me as the writers, I don't like what the writers have done with Adam and Sally. The way they made Adam continually lie, even after it came out. And Billy went over there and was like, I'm going to tell you what's going on. It's like, at least with Chelsea and Billy, it was tough to get it out of her. You could tell it was painful. He knew the answer. Kind of like about her, like, and that was some great scenes. Those some great scenes. The ones with Adam and Sally kept making me cringe, going, "No, you guys have gotten to this honest place. Just say it. I know you don't want to tell her, but just say it." At this point, once Billy went on, just like, come on, just come on. So I know it's supposed to be painful to watch. I know it's supposed to be. I like the writing on this one. This one I like the writing on.
The moment, this is before Billy showed up at the house or condo, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is, yeah.
And they're sitting on the couch, and Sally says to him, just tell me the truth. Look me in the eye right now and just tell me the truth. And he looks at her and he's
Tami, don't do it, Tami, don't do it, Tami.
Dead in the eye and says, nothing happened. I gasped out loud.
Me too. I did a gay gasp. For that one.
My insides were just like, crumble. My heart, I had a visceral
I
reaction.
did too. No, I did too. I do. I
And
didn't like.
Ernie was watching it with me, and I looked at Ernie and I said, I can't believe he just lied to her.
I know. Like to her face.
I can't believe he did that. And it just, it crushed me.
Me
It
too. Oh, me too. No, me too. No, everything you said, I gasped. I was like, that was your chance. It would hurt for a minute, but that was your chance. And so then when she was like, I asked you point blank, I'm like, oh my God, he can't even. Oh, what makes me sad, people, are all around this. I want to do a larger sadness. I wish this wasn't happening because they're telling such a good story with Connor about this whole OCD thing and the parental feelings about, again, parents again feeling what they feel. I wish they hadn't slept together. I know it's soap opera, but I wish they hadn't. And I just think that I would love to see that still just play out more and be focused on him. Then now it's been focusing on them, the adults. And it's like there's still Connor and still having problems. So I almost wish that didn't happen. Plus, you guys already know I don't like Billy and Chelsea because it's too weird for me for the past. So them breaking up doesn't do anything for me. But Adam and Sally, I'm invested in them. I like them together. I think they're
Yeah.
good. And so I feel bad.
And I don't like when Sally was at the meeting with Lauren and Summer and Chloe, the business meeting, and she couldn't concentrate because she was thinking about Adam. I thought, okay, they're she's going backwards. The character of Sally is going backwards now because she can't stop thinking about Adam and she can't stop thinking about Adam. And now it's starting to affect her work. Like, we've been through this before. I don't want to go through this again. I want Sally as a businesswoman to skyrocket. And Adam has always been that one lead boot that's prevented her from just jettisoning and being hugely successful because he screws things up and she becomes emotionally all crazy. So I don't want to see her to go through that again.
Laura B says, I can't feel bad for Adam. He lied to her face. Kayla says, Adam is Sally's cover for Bold's Wyatt's. Bringing in two shows, girl. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm. That's good. Yeah, I know the storyline's a weird one for me, but I'd rather them focus on Connor more and then all this who had sex with whom and who hurt my feelings. I'm like, let's go back to the actual storyline. You can still build stuff out of that for the adults. I just think it's too much.
So here's my question though. Okay, Chelsea told Billy it was one night, nothing, didn't mean anything, all because of circumstances. I love you, I love you, I love you. When Sally was making him confess things, and she asked him, do you love her? Is there love in this? Adam said yes. That it wasn't just a physical, we were having a meltdown because of everything with Connor, that there was love attached to it. So is he having feelings for Chelsea?
I don't know. What's this? Writing's crazy. I don't know.
Chelsea's completely unaware of that side.
Right. Right. Unless she's hiding her feelings for him.
Right.
No,
I don't want to see that reunion. I don't want to see that.
I don't either. When Chloe finds out Adam cheated with Sally, I know.
I've been waiting. Like, oh, I can't wait for Hurricane Chloe, man.
And Clayton goes, that lecture will be funny. She has laughing, but that is it will be like, oh, Chloe's like she is no fan of Adams. And for
Nope.
good reason. I get it. I get he killed her daughter. I get it. But she is no fan. Mm-mm. She's gonna be But I don't know who else could Sally go to at this point.
Well, Audra, but she's been off the canvas for a wee bit.
Yes, Audra has been traveling. I've been seeing her. Miss Zulika Silver is out there having the time of her life. And she's beautiful and all that. Her so she'll be and I know Sean Dominic I talked the other day. Sean Dominic's left-handed, and I know that. And I mentioned to him,
Oh,
I have a left-handed podcast, you guys, called Left-Handed with a Lot to Say. So I might be having him on it.
you better.
And so he's like, I didn't know you had a podcast about left. It's about left-handed people, yes. And he's hot. But they're busy doing their thing, so I'm sure he'll be back. I think that's just about everything, right? That we've missed.
Yeah.
I think it's about everything, yes.
Gloria's kind of been off the canvas for a bit.
Yeah,
Phyllis has kind of been in and out.
yeah,
Um, it's been mostly Summer. I mean, I like Summer and Kyle finally, reaching an agreement to co-parents. I'm
yeah,
glad that
yeah,
that's
that's happening,
settled
yeah.
down. And I'm glad Summer's, as she said, operating on all cylinders. Things are going well. I'm looking forward to this Chance storyline. If
Yeah,
he
I'm curious if it's
walk
good.
out the
Yeah,
door, because I want more Chance, and I hate
yes,
him in this suit. Like, what does it mean if he does leave? And so, yeah.
I'm curious too. I'm curious too. Everybody, that was your couple weeks that was
Yeah.
of Young and the Restless. And here's about 10, 15 minutes. We'll be back for Bold and the Beautiful. Talk about that next. But we are glad that we come back and talk to you about this. Again, we won't be here next week, but we will be back the following week, and then for a while I'm not going out of town for a while. So, well, actually, I'm gonna do a show from my famous my backdrop in San Francisco, my bookshelf. But we'll have shows for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. But just that this is one last little trip I got to take, and I will be actually busy filming while I'm there.
Oh, Tracy and Alan, really quick. Yeah,
Yeah, I love them together.
I think he's psycho.
Happy.
I don't trust him. I can't. I don't know
I know
why.
you. I know you don't
Anyway,
trust
I don't
him,
know. We'll see.
but you could be right because Homegirls are about Luna. I never thought Luna was crazy,
I
and
know,
Amanda was right this whole time. So you might
right?
be onto something.
But I love, yeah. I
But the
mean,
dynamic though, they're so cute together. I don't mind.
anything that brings Beth back on the canvas more, I'm all for. So I don't care if Alan is crazy or not. Just give her
Or
more.
Beth Maitland. Or Beth
Yeah.
Maitland. I agree with that
Beth,
completely.
Beth, Beth. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yeah, we love Beth. So I know I really, and I've met her in person, folks, and she is that sweet.
So, and she's so beautiful.
She really is beautiful, but she's super. I met her backstage once by accident. We were both like out of Television City, and she was just sweet. She was like just so nice. I love you. I was like, you're Beth Maitland. She's like laughing. But I've never interviewed her, so but she's just amazing. So it's kind of great. All right, folks, thanks for joining us. We had over 40 some people today. It's a Matt came out at the end. So please go ahead. If you haven't subscribed, which I should say this more,
Oh,
subscribe
yeah.
to the channel, subscribe. Kayla, I've been telling people, they said because it does some updates, some people got unsubscribed by accident. So just go ahead and just make sure you just check you're subscribed. That's all. Make sure you take it subscribed.
Hit that like button, please.
Hit that button. And also for the audio listeners, I want to say hello, audio listeners. Hello. Hello. We love you too. Make this show a big hit for us on audio. And you can. So, folks, I should say this more too. If you don't know where we are, we're also on all streaming audio services. I mean, any of them. And we have an Instagram page. Why not me Spotlight? Go over there on Instagram and say hi to us over there. We post over there too. So say hi. Like I said, stay tuned for some interviews coming up, more shows coming up. And we love you, right, Tami?